Hi, welcome to the News at Jen for Thursday, June 17th, 2021. How goes it? It's recess at work day, so play hide and seek with your coworkers and watch the News at Jen while hiding under your desk. Whew, they almost caught you. They did. Our top news story today is President Joe Biden meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Geneva. The presidential face-to-face occurred on Wednesday, and the the Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation, or the FSB, hasn't released the bug recordings yet from the room. Sorry. Of course, there were press conferences afterwards, which really didn't point to anything changing. However, Joe Biden says he did what he came to do, but what that was he could not recall. North Korea faces a food shortage, or as they say, a Tuesday. North Korean President Kim Jong-un said in a statement that love for the Korean way of life is all the sustenance anyone needs. Also in corrupt institutions, nuns. A retired nun was found guilty of embezzlement after she took more than $800,000 over the course of 10 years for her gambling habit. Good Lord, that's a lot of bingo. The Catholic Church released a statement that said while it was disappointing to the nun, it would merely have to sell several indulgences so it would be back to flush again. Asked if this would violate the vow of poverty she took before she became a nun, she said that she was retired, but also that a vow of poverty and a gambling addiction are not mutually exclusive. In unrelated news, dozens of newspaper editors across the country were treated for severe cardiac arrhythmias when they all made the same habit/nun joke. In let's get out of here news, Europe has loosened restrictions for Americans traveling to Europe so they can pretend to be Canadians. Former President Trump was last seen ordering someone to put a maple leaf in all of his future Trump Tower offerings. In Republican wet dream news, Saudi Arabia executed a man who allegedly committed crimes as a minor. Senator Ron Johnson said that we should be doing more of that here and starting with anyone that votes against him next year. When pointing out that minors couldn't vote, Johnson said, well, we can do that just in case. In Of Course He Did news, a federal judge overturned a ban on assault rifles in California. He said that the AR-15 rifle was akin to a Swiss Army knife, calling it, quote, the perfect combination of home defense weapon and a homeland defense equipment. I'm not sure. I can't keep an AR-15 in my purse. And a side note, I don't know what kind of Swiss Army knife that judge carries, but mine... I just don't see... I just don't see this being much of a defense against anything. A sea in Turkey is covered with the largest ever outbreak of sea snot, a slimy layer caused by rising temperatures and algae overloaded with pollutants. Local man Herbert Kim asked a key question also being asked by men around the world when he said, "Can I have sex with it?" Well, you can, Herbert. It just might be a bad idea. In cryptocurrency news, El Salvador is in the news today. The Salvadorian President Nayib Bukele announced that he had plans to make Bitcoin legal tender in the small country. Critics say that this may put the small economy in trouble with the volatility of that kind of market, but supporters say that may help because many people in the country do not have access to bank accounts. In addition, the CIA supports the measure because it would make it easier to finance a coup in the country. In cannibalism news, a Spanish cannibal will get 15 years in jail for killing and eating his mother. Prosecutors said they would have gone for a longer sentence, but the man showed some generosity in his life as he shared the meat with his dog. And finally, in Fall from Grace news, Richard Dawkins appeared to not understand literature. He tweeted that about Kafka's Metamorphosis. He thought it was science fiction for one, and without going too much into it, it's not. Now, I did study literature in college, so I might have an edge up on Dawkins and the interpretations of any kind of literature or story. And I know what you're all thinking, what does Jen think of the Metamorphosis? I liked it, and I don't remember a lot of it because I last read it over 20 years ago. Things are a little blurry from that long ago, but I remember Gregor waking up and finding himself to be a bug, leaving his family, but his family came together and grew, and eventually they didn't need him, which was really fucking weird and depressing to internalize when I really wasn't in a good spot myself. And eventually the bug dies or leaves or is just forgotten, and I can't remember because it's all kind of depressing. This is honestly one of the few times when I wish Christopher Hitchens was alive. I would hope that he will be completely turning on Dawkins and at least mocking him mercilessly. But in Dawkins' defense, he is a very silly man. We are in a sorry state when we have public intellectuals such as Dawkins and Peterson. Which is why I want to nominate myself for future public intellectual. I promise to give you 2 hot takes a week, and here's a down payment. Always use the Oxford comma. Anyway, that's the news at Jen. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday with more hot takes and cold news. And please remember, go like and subscribe, or go do the Patreon thing, and take care. And remember, I love you.